Good day, everyone. I'm back with you on the channel after a really long time, and I have no excuse except for the scorching summer. You know, I could swear I was an Eskimo in my last life, because once the summer hits, I just can't seem to function. But anyway, that's all in the past, and the monsoons have come, and I'm back on the channel with some cool thoughts of wisdom. And today's video is titled, Don't Let the Parrot Die. There is a story of a woman who went into a pet store to buy a parrot because she was lonely and she wanted someone with whom she could talk. Well, she bought the parrot and she took him home, but the next day she brought the cage back to the pet store and said, "This parrot doesn't talk. I don't want him anymore." But the pet store owner said, "Do you have a mirror in the cage?" You know, parrots love mirrors. They like to see that they have a companion, and then he will start talking to that companion. So the woman happily bought the mirror and took it home. But the next day she was back and she said it didn't work. And the store owner said, "Why don't you get a ladder?" You know, parrots are playful birds and they love to run up and down the ladder. And when he does that, he will get energized and he will start chattering. So she bought the ladder and she took it home. But the next day she was back. And the store owner said this time, "I know what. Take a swing. Once he swings and moves higher, he's going to get more energy and he'll think he's in the great outdoors and he will start talking." The woman very reluctantly bought that swing and took it home. And then for 2 days she didn't come back. And the store owner prided himself and he said, "See, I have the solution." But on the third day, the woman came back very sad in countenance. And she tells the pet store owner, the parrot died. And the store owner was shocked and he said, but how? He said, "Did the parrot say anything before he died?" And the woman sadly said, "Yes, he looked at me with sad eyes, and in a very weak voice he asked, 'Doesn't that store sell pet food?'" Aren't we all a bit like this woman? We all concentrate on the little things in life and we fail to see the bigger picture. All this parrot needed was food, not these fancy trappings that we like to surround ourselves with. Sometimes we go for things that are important to us, but are the things that are not on our priority list. You know, life is very much like a music sheet. On a musical score, there are majors and minors. And we in life, we make a big mistake. We spend a lot of major time on minor things. So let's sit back, my friends, and think of the things that ought to be done first. Things that matter. Things that we ought to prioritize for ourselves. And for heaven's sake, don't let that music go into only minors and don't let the parrot die.